Hi, so today I'm going to discuss a Growsuit buying guide with you. So some of the things you might need to know before you choose to buy a Growsuit here at Purebaby. So one of the first things I want to talk to you about is the different sizes of our Growsuits and when your baby's going to need to go into different Growsuits based on the size of the baby or age of the baby. So one of the first things we're going to talk to you about is some Premie Sizes. So what you need to keep in mind with any Growsuit is the more zeros you have, the smaller the Growsuit, the less zeros, the bigger the Growsuit. So the first Growsuit that we'll talk to you about is a 1 kilo Growsuit for a Premie baby, and that's going to be 7 zeros. Then you move up to a 2 kilo, which is a 6 0. Then you have a 3 kilo, which is a 5 0, and then we started our regular sizes, which is a 4 0 or a newborn size. So this is typically going to fit a baby up to 4 kilos. So that's what most babies will go into if they're a typical newborn size. Just under 4 kilos, that should fit most babies, and that should last up until about 6 weeks of age or even longer, depending on the birth weight of your baby, the length of the baby, all those sorts of things. Then you move up to a 000, which is 0 to 3 months. So that should fit a baby from 0 to 3 months. But of course, again, it does very much depend on your baby, the size and length of your baby. Then you move up to a 00, which should fit a baby ranging from 3 to 6 months. Keeping in mind with each Growsuit that you do move up to, there's going to be typically about a foot length difference. So we've got a foot length on this one here. So you're going to be looking at probably this much difference, so roughly a foot length difference with each size that you do go up. So it may take a little while to fit into that next size up for your baby. Just depends on your child, obviously. Then you go to the size 0, which is a bigger age range. That is from 6 months to 12 months. So you might find it'll take a little while to go from the 3 to 6 month size, that 00 size, up to a 0, which is a 6 to 12 month size, because there is a significant difference in the size there, maybe even more than a foot length difference. Then you got size 1, which is for age 1. Then we typically don't make a lot of Growsuits after that. You go more into leggings and pants and that sort of thing for your child. So that's a really good thing to think about when you're going to be purchasing different sizes for your baby, and you're looking at what size you might need for your little one. So the next question we do get asked a lot, and something you need to consider, is what is the difference between a bodysuit and a Growsuit? A lot of people don't know what a bodysuit is in regards to what it might look like. So quickly wanted to point that out. So we've got a couple of bodysuits here. This one's a short sleeve Growsuit, so I'll show you that one in a moment. But this one here is a bodysuit as well as this one. And really what indicates a bodysuit at Purebaby is that it just covers the nappy area. It doesn't have any legs and typically has long arms, short arms, or no arms at all, like this one. So this is also classed as a bodysuit because it does just cover the nappy. So that's a really good definition, or gives you a bit of an idea about the difference between a bodysuit and a Growsuit. Then we've got a short sleeve Growsuit that I'll just show you here. So this one's still considered a Growsuit because it does have the leg in and does also have an arm. It's got a full zip through as well. So that's a good thing to note too. That's for more the summer months, obviously. Then we've got our traditional Growsuit here on our bub. And then we've got some hang up behind me as well. These ones here are all part of our essentials range, as is this one here. And as you can see, a Growsuit covers the whole body, covers the arms and legs, and typically a lot of our Growsuits do have inbuilt feet and inbuilt mittens. There are some Growsuits you can get though that don't have feet and do not have inbuilt mittens, but typically all Growsuits are an all-in-one or a onesie, which will cover arms and legs and the body, which obviously prevents any of that riding up of a top and getting that gap between the top and bottom of the clothing. So the baby's area here around the tummy and torso is going to be kept nice and warm and snug. So another question we do get asked a lot, another thing you might want to consider is, when can my baby wear a Growsuit? And really the answer is simple: whenever you would like. So your baby can wear a Growsuit during the day, is their clothing, or you could potentially wear one at night for easy access to the nappy and sleeping the baby at night. So it's really up to you. They're great particularly for the cooler months because it does cover all those extremities and keeps your baby nice and cozy and warm, and then you can layer up with that if you'd like. So another good thing to consider and to really think about when you're buying a Growsuit, and one thing that we get a lot of questions about, is what are the main features and benefits of our Growsuits here at Purebaby. So I'll just take you through some of the main key features and benefits of a Growsuit that we have here at Purebaby in our essentials range. So all of our Growsuits that have the zips are a dual zip, so you can zip from the bottom, which I'll just do now. so you can access the nappy and change the nappy without having to completely undress the baby and expose the chest. So that's a really great feature, and it's a benefit to you to be able to change the nappy easily, obviously, and get the baby back to sleep. Then you've got inbuilt feet or inbuilt booties, which is also great. You don't have to worry about losing booties. Baby's kept nice and warm and snug. Then inbuilt mittens, which is also great to keep babies' hands nice and warm, but also to protect them from themselves so they don't scratch their faces. We've also got this great little safety cover here, and that's to stop the zip from scratching the baby's neck. We've also recently included a gusset, which is this round bit of fabric or oval bit of fabric in the bottom part here that sits around the nappy. And that's to give more ease of movement around this area, as well as being able to get the other leg in when you are changing the nappy, as well as the fact that it just gives more room for a larger nappy if you choose to use a cloth nappy or some other type of nappy. So having the gusset just provides a bit more space in that area, which is fabulous. So that's been introduced recently. Then we also have another introduction, which is a great feature. I really love this one. I love to talk to people about this. We've actually got now this this bit of protective fabric in the inside part of the zip. And this is so that if you choose not to wear a singlet on your baby underneath, that cold zip's not going to sit up against their skin. It's going to protect it from getting caught on their skin when you're zipping it up as well. And that goes all the way down to the bottom of the zip, right into the foot, again to stop that zip sitting up against baby's foot and keep them nice and comfortable and to protect them from the zip. So this is a great inclusion that should be coming through on all of our Growsuits, even in our fashion range, which is an excellent thing to consider. So really, really good to know all those features and benefits to a Growsuit. And of course, the simple fact, like I just talked about before, the fact that it's an all-in-one, you don't have to worry about things riding up and getting that torso and those vital organs like kidneys and liver and things cold, keeps everything nice and warm and cozy and stops everything from riding up. So that's a really great feature and benefit. So I guess what to look for in a Growsuit or onesie if you are going to purchase one are a couple of things. You want to look for the size, so what size is going to be right for your baby. What features and benefits does the Growsuit have? So what are some of the things that you feel are really important to have in a Growsuit for your baby? Do you need to have inbuilt feet? Do you need to have inbuilt mittens? Do you want a zip? Do you want one without a zip? Zips are great. You can get ones with clasps through the crotch area to access the nappy, which is also great, but often the zips are just really easy, particularly when the baby's quite young, to change the nappy. One of the things you want to consider with Growsuits as well is what fibres they're made of. So obviously looking for natural fibres is a great thing. All of our products here at Purebaby are 100% organic and they're GOT certified. So it's a really important thing to consider purchasing natural fibres for your baby if you are going to choose a Growsuit or a onesie, because you want to make sure that the baby can regulate its temperature more easily. They're not putting any harsh chemicals up against the baby's skin. So size is really important, fabrication, features and benefits, and that sort of thing are really important to consider when you are choosing to purchase a Growsuit for your baby. So I hope this has been useful as a bit of a buying guide for you, and some really important key features and benefits I've pointed out to you here with a Growsuit, and to find, I guess, what sizes are going to be best for your little one when you're buying Growsuit. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope this has been useful.